If you've only ever used lemons for eating or baking, you'll be amazed at what else you can do with them. Before I show you what your washing machine, your toilet and even vodka have to do with lemons, let me show you how you can even remove highlighter with the lemon. All you have to do is cut the lemon, then rub a cotton swab on the lemon a few times so you get some of the citric acid on it, and then use it to go over the highlighter. As if by magic, the entire highlighter mark will disappear while the text remains. And if you take a lemon, cut it in half, and then simply rub the cut side over your oven right on the spots you can see here, in my case you can also achieve an incredible effect. But you don't need to use a whole lemon for this. You can squeeze it beforehand and use the juice as needed. Then simply cut the peel into several pieces and rub the inside of the peel over the oven here, because that works just as well. All we need for this trick is the citric acid. After you've rubbed it in and let it sit for a while, you can wipe over it again with a cloth. Once you've wiped everything clean and dried it at the end, you'll see that all the stainless steel here is shining beautifully again. Thanks to the citric acid, you'll especially be able to remove water stains, even those that have been there for a long time and are particularly stubborn. This also works on all other stainless steel surfaces, like on my kettle here, or of course on the sink. You can use this brilliant trick everywhere. And before I show you in a moment why you absolutely should clean your oven with lemons because you'll get it cleaner than ever before, and it's incredibly easy, I'll first show you why. If you regularly boil eggs in a pot, you should always add lemons as well. As soon as your eggs are in the pot, you can take the lemon. But you don't need to put it in whole. Instead, cut it into smaller pieces first. Because all we need for this are maybe 2 or 3 slices of the lemon. After you cut them to size, just put them in the pot with the eggs and cook as you normally would. The real magic of this trick only appears once the eggs are fully cooked. If you try to peel them now, you'll notice that you can remove the shell incredibly quickly and easily. Thanks to the citric acid, the shells no longer stick so much to the eggs. Here's a 10-second trick for in between. If you want to squeeze a lemon and don't have a juicer, simply use a pair of tongs, clamp the lemon in between and squeeze firmly. Move the tongs around a bit at the top so that you press each spot briefly. Thanks to the leverage, you'll get significantly more juice out than if you just used your hand. And it's also much easier. For the next trick, you need to slice lemons again and then make a small cut on one side so that you can open them up, just as you can see here. Now with this, you should go to your faucet. Place the lemon slices around the base of the faucet and press them on firmly. Make sure that there is some lemon all the way around the faucet. Now you should let it sit here for a while. 60 to 120 minutes are usually enough. Because when you remove everything now, you can see the incredible magic. As we just learned, lemons are an incredibly effective limescale remover. After we've let it sit here, all you have to do is take a sponge, wipe over it a few times, and now you can see the incredible before and after comparison with mine. This is what my faucet looked like before. It was already really heavily calcified, and after this procedure, without having to scrub wildly and without using any harsh cleaners, I was able to get the entire faucet completely clean and free of limescale again, as you can clearly see here in the after comparison. But how can you now clean your entire oven with lemons more easily than ever before? To do this, you first need to take a larger casserole dish and place it in the oven. Now fill it with water until it is about halfway full. Now we need lemons. But you shouldn't just put them in as they are. Instead, cut them in half and squeeze them completely over the dish so that all the lemon juice mixes with the water. Now place the rest of the squeezed lemon halves into the dish as well. Repeat this with 2, 3 or even 4 lemons, depending on how dirty your oven is. All you have to do now is let it run. Set it to 100 degrees Celsius with convection and let it run for an hour. During this time, the steam will help loosen all the grime. This means that all the crusted on residue has already been loosened. Afterwards, you just need to open the oven, let it cool down briefly, take out the mixture, dip a cloth into it and then wipe it over all the surfaces of the oven. You'll see that all the dirt will come off completely on its own, and all you have to do is wipe it away. In the end, the oven will look completely clean again, as you can clearly see from my before and after results. But how can vodka in combination with lemon make it possible for us to clean our stove incredibly quickly and easily? Simply squeeze a lemon and pour the juice into a cup. It's best to strain it first so that you really only have the liquid in the cup. Now add 100 milliliters of vodka to it as well. You can now pour this mixture into a spray bottle. Just set it aside and take it out whenever you need it. Because in fact, this gives us an incredibly effective cleaner, especially suitable for your stove. If you have a ceramic cooktop like this, you can spray it with the mixture, let it sit for a short while, and then just wipe it down with a cloth. You'll be able to remove all water stains as well as burnt on spots quickly and easily. They come off on their own, and in the end you just need to wipe them away and your stove will be clean again. You can simply set the mixture aside and use it again whenever you need it. And as you can clearly see with mine, my ceramic cooktop was really heavily soiled, but in the end it was completely clean and shining again. That brings us to the unexpected toilet trick. Because if you have one of those toilet freshener blocks and it eventually runs out, you should definitely not throw it in the trash. Because if you've used a few lemons, whether you've squeezed them or used them in some other way, you'll end up with the peels. You should now cut these into several small pieces. Next, grab the toilet rim block holder and open it. Because you can actually open all of these things somewhere, either at the top or on the side. Once you've opened it, you can simply place a few of the lemon peels inside and close it again. Then you can put it in the toilet and it will provide a very fresh scent in your toilet and also has a slight cleaning effect. However, you'll need to replace them with new lemon peels every few days. And even in the washing machine, lemons can help us tremendously, but for this we need to take a slightly different approach. This involves the upper compartment. If you press this button in, you can carefully pull it out of the washing machine. Now cut up a few fresh lemons. In most cases, just one is enough. Squeeze them now because we want the juice from them. Once we have the juice, we pour it into a slightly larger container. We also need vinegar for this. Now I add another 100 to 150 milliliters of vinegar. After that, add the same amount of water. So now we have our mixture ready here, which we should stir well. By the way, if you don't want to use lemon or don't have any, you can of course use citric acid instead. You can also find this in my shop. The link is in the video description below. Now let's go back to our detergent compartment. It's best to place it in your sink. Now you can pour some of the mixture in here all over. You should clean this compartment regularly, because detergent residues can build up here, which could eventually lead to mold and even cause your laundry to smell bad after washing. Let it sit for a little while and then wipe everything down thoroughly. This way you can quickly and easily remove all kinds of dirt, such as limescale as well as more stubborn grime. Once you've done that, you need to rinse everything thoroughly again to remove any remaining residue. And just like that, everything is clean again. Now you should definitely move on to your washing machine itself and clean the interior as well. Because here too we often find a lot of dirt that can lead to mold. For this, it's best to put the mixture in a spray bottle, spray everything well, wipe it down, dry it fully and put the compartment back. But did you know there are 7 other mistakes many people make that can cause laundry to smell? I'll show you what these mistakes are and how you can avoid them in the video now on the screen. Click on it right away.